Hello everybody, welcome to my page, Messages from Venus. I'm Madeline. Without earrings. I look crazy. So, I'm using the regular old camera. I love using my phone because I could just upload the videos and edit them and do whatever I have to do on my phone. I'm still waiting for my tablet and I need to figure out my camera. Yesterday I recorded a video without looking at the manual like a fucking imbecile. Because I'm not good at technology. We know this. I should have known to look at the thing, set up the fucking Wi-Fi. Somebody's calling me, but somebody's calling the house phone. I'll be back. Hold on. Alright, so I'm back. And I have messages. But anyway, welcome to my page, Messages from Venus. As promised, I told you guys that I was going to make a video about the meaning of Messages from Venus and what the purpose of this channel is for me, and my purpose towards myself and humanity. And I'm also going to make a video about the plans for the New Year's, but it'll be like a second video. This video is specifically about what Messages from Venus means. Like, what does it mean? What is my channel about? I'm surprised no one has asked me like what it means. Like, Messages from Venus is not my name. Venus is not my name. I know a lot of you guys would be like, Venus, so talk to me. But that's not my name. My name is Madeline. And I'm introducing to you guys my journey as a witch, my gnosis, my beliefs, my thoughts. I'm giving you guys readings. I'm giving you guys recipes, spells, so on and so forth. The YouTube community for YouTube is a corporation. That's fantastic because it allows people to interact. It allows people to see what it is that other people are doing. People make their own videos. And it's a new form of television. So I decided to jump in the bandwagon because it's a wonderful way to, number one, express myself. Number two, connect with people that have the same thoughts as I do. Number three, connect with people that don't have the same thoughts as I do, so that I am able to learn and they're able to learn also. It's creating new experiences. And to just create awareness of unconditional love in all facets of the divine feminine. To me, the divine feminine is in everyone. I don't negate the divine masculine. I'm chewing gum. I don't negate the divine masculine. The divine masculine to me is another facet of the divine feminine. They're one. And the divine masculine is a facet of the divine feminine. The divine feminine is a facet of the divine masculine. Ooh, they're all in one. They accommodate one another and they speak to one another. It's an energy field, it's an energy force. It's everything. It's the universe. See? When they intertwine to one another, or intertwine with one another, they create the universe. The universe to me is a living thing. Like, it's vibrating, it's living, it's somewhat of a womb. And it creates. It was there, it was put in place before our existence, as a human vessel, or as a planet, as a solar system, as a galaxy. The universe was already there. We co-make with it. We co-create with it. It's my belief. A lot of people don't believe that, but that's my belief. Now, just so that you guys know, the channel, or my channel, speaks about all of this. I want you guys to know exactly what Venus represents, which I will let you guys know in this video, which is nothing fluffy. I will let you guys know. Well, as a matter of fact, you know what? Let me just start with letting you know. So I work with Oshun. I work with Miriam, also known as Mary Magdalene or Mary of Magdala. I work with Nefertiti. I don't work with Lucifer, but he has a lot to do with my practice. I work with, you know what, as a matter of fact, let me put it like this. I work with Lucifer, and I'll let you know in what aspect. I work with this energy field that lives within all of us, right? I work with the angels. I work with ancestors and spirit. And when I mean ancestors and spirit, is those who have passed away that are under my bloodline or under my family tree. I work with spirit as far as spirits all around us and the energy all around us, and spirit guides, fairies, pixies, Sophia, which to me, she is Mother Earth. The aspect of me that has made me who I am today is spirit. So I come from spirit. And another word for spirit to me is the universe. It's the creator energy, the creator force. That's where everything comes from. I'm not gonna bluff you in this channel. I'm not gonna give you the fluff of all the angels, follow the fairies, they're all wonderful. That's not how that works. Which is why I'm getting rid of during virtue everything, okay? Because she is full of so much fluff, that I'm following other people that create oracles, that create books. I'm changing the style of divination for myself and the tools that I use to divine. And I'm recording everything so that you guys can see my journey. I represent Venus not only because she is in my birth chart as Libra. I am a Libra. Not only because I am a female, because estrogen. My estrogen is a little higher than my testosterone, I guess. But I represent Venus because she represents unconditional love. And she also represents passion, lust, greed, jealousy. She represents also the archons. Venus represents unconditional love, which in my definition of unconditional love, it is teaching, acceptance, control, forgiveness, awareness, divine marriage of the masculine and the feminine energy, selfishness, everything. And the act which you shouldn't use to expect anything in return. A lot of people are like, well, they believe in the rules of karma and the laws of karma. It's physics. You put something out, you're going to get something in return. But my gnosis is that if you put something out that is unbalanced and something comes back to you that is unbalanced, it is what you do and how you transmute the energy, how you level those energies out, or what do you do with those energies? Where do you put those energies is the importance of karma or the law of attraction. It's not so much of what's being the action of giving and the action of taking, is how you take it and what you do with it. Not expecting anything in return. What I mean by that is, if I give you a box of chocolates, right? The action of me giving you the box of chocolates is what I'm giving to you. What is happening? If I take, let's say this is a box, this is a box of chocolates. This is a box of chocolates right here. If I give you this, I'm not expecting the exact gift in return. I'm not expecting a box of chocolates. I'm not going to expect anything in return, because by the laws of physics, by the laws of science, by the laws of metaphysical, the existence of the metaphysics, you're going to get something in return. You expecting something exactly the way you gave it back is only setting yourself up for failure, is only setting yourself up for lies. Because how the person, or how this energy, or how this being, or how Gaia gives you back that box of chocolates might not be in the form of a box of chocolates. It might be in the form of $1. It might be in the form of $3. So let's say the box of chocolates was given to you, and that box of chocolates was $3. Maybe the next person next to you, or somewhere in the long run, nobody's going to give you that box of chocolates. They might give you the $3, which is the equivalent of the box of chocolates, because they cost the same amount. So Venus is not just a planet of love. And I'm looking down at my notes because I wrote notes. So I want it to be organized. It's not just a planet of love and passion and friendship and relationship. Venus is also the planet that creates the triple star goddess, right? I'll tell you. What's the triple star goddess? I mean, this triple star goddess. The triple goddess symbol, right? It's the crescent moons, or the half moons, and then the full moon in the middle. I'll show you. So it's like this. It's this symbol. This is a symbol. Triple goddess symbol. Venus is on one side, right? Gaia. This is how I perceive Venus, right? This is how I perceive the divine feminine and the divine masculine working into one another. It's not just the mother, maiden, and the crone, which is how people perceive, or most people perceive the triple goddess moon symbol to be, which is exactly that. But I also see, this is how we are in our solar system. Oh, what's in here? I'll show you something cool, which I don't know if other people see it as this, but this is how I perceive the solar system. So Venus is the second planet next to the sun. Earth, which is Gaia, Mother Earth, is the planet following Venus. The planet following Gaia, Earth, planet Earth, is Mars, right? That creates, it's the planet of love, relationship, passion. It's life force, the divine feminine, which is both of them put together. See? Feminine, masculine, and Gaia, Mother Earth, is everything intertwined and mixed together. That's how I perceive this symbol. This is what this symbol means to me. It's teaching, it's wisdom, it's guidance, it's hard work. Here in the middle, Gaia. Venus is representative of that feminine energy, that passion, lust, relationship. Mars is representative of the masculine energy, war, heat, passion. When these two planets mix together, they create Gaia, right? They create Mother Earth. They create the entire moon, or the symbol of the moon right in the middle, right? Because this is supposed to be the moon. But this is how I see our solar system. This is how I see Sophia. This is how I see planet Venus. Now, I could have chosen any other planet to represent my business. I could have chosen Mars. I could have chosen Jupiter. Jupiter is manifestations, money, prosperity, represents kings, queens, God particle, goddess. But Venus to me is that planet that pushes you to love. It pushes you to hate. When it's conjunct with other planets, not to say that other planets aren't conjunct with one another, or aren't working in cahoots with one another. But Venus to me is the planet that balances or creates a certain balance, or gives off a certain friction to other planets due to its love, due to its unconditional love, due to the fact that it's the planet of love, the planet of relationships. It creates certain relationships to give up the opposite of what the other planets are not. And therefore, it creates a climax. Most people see Venus as, oh, look, she's so wonderful. She's made out of particles and materials and ions and gas that's hot as hell. There's nothing fruity about Venus, of the planet Venus, right? There's nothing fruity about her. She's hot. When she gets together with Mars, it's like what some people like to perceive as a karmic relationship. It's lust, passion. People don't know what to do with one another. People don't know how to react to one another. But from that stems the inner knowing. If you don't go through something like that, or an experience that's so traumatic, and especially in matters of the heart, you will never know the other facets of love. You will never know what it is to work so hard for a relationship, to be codependent and then learn to detach yourself. That's all life. That's all friction of life. That's all creator energy. And to me, she signifies the creator energy. Let's see. Now, I also chose Venus because she is a planet that rules most of the spirits that I work with, like Oshun, or that rules the aspect of what the spirits that I work with represent. Oshun is the planet of Venus. Nefertiti, she's not considered a goddess. She was just a queen. But she was a queen that represented Venus, because she represented, yes, she was a queen. Yes, she was feminine. But the story goes, and some of the stories written down in history, was that she was also a king. And just like Miriam and Joshua, a lot of people don't believe of his existence, but I believe of his existence. Not in the existence of what the Christian Judeo Bible feeds people. And I'll talk about that in other videos. But I believe in his existence. It's like the relationship of Miriam and Joshua. That's the same relationship that Nefertiti had with her king. He showed her, as the story goes, and it's written everywhere, he showed her the secrets, how to rule, how to be organized, how to manage the kingdom, how to, what God, which was the sun god, they only saw one God, which is why they were supposedly hated so much, is because they only bowed down, or they resonated with, or their deity was just the sun god, and that was the only God to them. As opposed to other Egyptian religions where they had multiple gods, and they bowed down to multiple gods. The relationship between Oshun and her husband, which I'll talk about that, is kind of like the same. The relationship between Oshun and the men in her life was kind of like the same as the relationship with Nefertiti and her king, Miriam and her beloved, or Joshua and his beloved. They taught each other what to do. Oshun was taught by her father all ways of divination. And she was a master of divination. She was taught by a man. She was taught by the masculine energy. And so therefore she took that and became a goddess of the Orishas, or the lineage of the Orishas. Miriam, people don't talk about her so much. The Catholic Church has her as a saint, but nobody really knows what she was about, because this Judeo-Christianic Bible, or this book, suppresses her ability to, and the mere fact that she was a high priestess. Now, Venus represents all of that, because all of those spirits work with love. All of those three main spirits that I work with, they work with love. They were healers. They knew the masculine and the divine feminine energy. Not a lot of information was known about them. There were one too many stories about them. They're all similar in just different faces. It's the same Gaia face that I see in all of them. I represent that, and they represent me via Venus. Now, the reason why I say I work with Lucifer is because he is an archon that lives in me. A lot of people, especially in the Christian religious sectors or religions, they like to like put this man down or this entity down. My business allows people to understand that he is an aspect of life. Okay, I would like for people to understand that. I would like for people to, no, that's the wrong, not to understand it, to be aware of it. Not everybody's going to understand it, but to be aware of it, to cause awareness of his existence. In the Christian religion or in the other religious sectors, mostly in the Christian religion, that is their deity. That is a deity that most of the time they speak about. He's seen as somebody who's terrible, oh my God, and they're always blaming him for certain things. But he is an archon that was created so that you can learn. He teaches you the ropes, right? So you take his energy. He lives within all of us. You know the 7 chakras that you have, or the 7 main chakras, even though we have many more chakras or many more points in our body that not a lot of us get to experience because we're so focused on just the 7 chakras. If you meditate on the reverse or on the flip side of your chakras, that is a representation of the archon of Lucifer. Do I feel like he is a real being? Yes, I do. I feel like he is a real entity. I feel like he is a real aspect of us. I feel like he does have his own frequency. He vibrates. Not to say that he's stupid, not to say that he's not knowledgeable, he is, but he has his own frequency. And it also lives within us, because if we're going to call ourselves the universe, if we're going to say that the universe lives with us and our soul is part of that, and we were made in the image of the universe, he is part of the universe. He is part of the archon, or the archetype image of the negative or the unbalanced. And when we act upon certain things, or we touch or push certain buttons in our life, or pass through certain experiences, he becomes alive. He becomes real. He becomes in his own divinity. So yes, why he works with Venus? Because it is said that he came from the planet of Venus. He ascended from the planet of Venus, right? So yes, you're getting messages from Venus. You need to get messages from an archon of Venus. You need to get all of the aspects of Venus, and he is said to be, or was said to be, a Venusian. Look it up. When I present something to you guys, look it up, and if it makes sense, then follow it, and if it doesn't, thank you so much for listening to my opinion. Thank you so much for seeing my beliefs, my gnosis, my inner knowledge. Thank you for the experience. And it's a part of he's a part of life and death. He's a part of the story of Sophia, which I will be speaking about. I'm not going to get into it. I'm just going to let you guys know what I follow, what teachings I follow, what I think about religion. He is part of not just the fact of the Catholic, Christian religion, Christian Judeo religions that are infused in my family. He is also part of the world. Just in case no one is aware, or if you weren't aware, this world is a Luciferian world. We believe in materialistic things. We have a left hand, and we also have a right hand. Most people tend to forget, as if they only have one hand, and they're only praising with one hand. When you go to church, when you go to your temple, when you're praising your deities, you praise them with 2 hands. When you're manifesting, you're praising with 2 hands. That's the divine feminine, the divine masculine, divine feminine. Within both of your hands, within the palm of your hands, you have chakras. Oh, some of you guys are gonna be reading my hands. You have your chakra points, right? If you charge them on the reverse side, in both hands, not just the left hand, you are working with the opposite side, or the opposite of the balanced part of your chakra. excuse me, which some people would identify as Lucifer. If you like sex, you're complying with the rules and regulations of the Luciferian belief. If you stand for yourself, if you are independent, if you understand your willpower, you are infusing, you are believing, you are in tune with the Luciferian belief. How people represent Joshua, or how people like to call him Jesus, he had a Luciferian belief. If you look at the agnostic Bibles, if you look at the Bible itself, both of those scriptures, or the Nag Hammadi scriptures, they talk about the Luciferian belief, because they allow you to have your own willpower, and they completely erase the sin. When you look at those books, they talk about sin in their own perspective. They tell you, you create your own sin, therefore sin is not a reality that is one, that isn't whole. You create your own sin. If you feel like killing someone is a sin, you just bestowed your own sin upon yourself. Okay, that is the Luciferian thought of Venus. Let's see, what else should I introduce you guys to? Now, if you take your pentagrams, and it is just a regular pentagram, right? I'm gonna draw to you a shitty pentagram. This is your pentagram, right? It's a star. This is your pentagram. It represents all elements, including spirit. If you do the inverted, oh shit, hold on. If you do the inverted, which is this one, this would be, all right, so this is the pentagram, right? Pentagram. And then you have the inverted, shit. Okay. So, inverted and inverted. Don't look at my chicken scratch. It's crazy. If you take your, and try this at home. Please try this at home. If you take your pentagram, which is mostly the representation of our craft, which is witchcraft, representation of witches, representation of knowledge, representation of the elements, not just regular fire, air, earth, and water, but also spirit. That is your pentagram. If you take the inverted pentagram and you invert it, that's a sign of the Luciferian Satan, the Satanic Church. If you put both of them together, right? You put them both together, feminine, masculine, masculine, feminine, you're going to end up with other elements. Okay? You're going to end up with this symbol. Put them together. You're going to work with other elements. That's geometry. That's divine geometry. So when people separate each other and they separate both symbols, it causes an imbalance, because now you're knick-knacking to one another. And I'm guilty of that. I've done it. I just did it the other day. I was at Shira Star Goddess's, not the other day, but I think it was yesterday, the day before. I was on a Shira Star Goddess's page, and I really dislike when people are, I mean, I understand that you have willpower. I understand that. I mean, had I not had willpower, had we not had willpower, I would have dipped this bitch a long time ago, because that means I have no control. No. And I understand there's some people that are ignorant to other beliefs, other religions, and they just want to stay stuck on one path and not realize the universe around them. Not just the world, not just this little planet, but the universe around them and other perspectives around them. It pisses me off. And I kind of went off, I'm going to tell you, I kind of went off on this guy, and he's like, Christians are, Jesus brought awareness of heaven and hell. Clearly, he didn't look in his past and in our ancestors. He didn't look past that, because people been talking about the underworld or hell and how you can go in and out of it, or the ethers, the universe, the heavens in total, not just heaven, but the heavens in total. He wasn't paying attention to that. So I commented, you guys can watch her video about, I forgot the name of the video, but you guys can go to her page. But I commented it. I'm like, you need to look up the name Jesus. There's no Jesus in the Hebrew language. That name is non-existent, just like a lot of other names that were put in place. Not to say that these people didn't exist. They did exist, but they were changed. Like Mary Magdalene is not Miriam's name. Mary Magdalene's name is Miriam. Mary Magdalene is the name that was given to her by the Catholic Church when they made her a saint after they talked so much shit about her and put her down and just pushed her story down and talked about the fact about the chakras. I mean, they wanted to, take away from history the fact that she was going through her chakras. She was going through the cycle of life. But I guess that's in another video. But I am also at fault at that. I am also at fault for like going off at people and instead of giving them knowledge, instead of just letting them know, even though I did let him know, like, listen, look it up. Like, I wish people would just think differently. Like, you are your own Jesus. You are your own Miriam. You are your own goddess. You are your own God. You create what in cahoots with what's already been in place for you, which is the universe, which is the creator energy, the creator force. You create with what's already been in place. And I'm going to take the opportunity to establish in my channel a community where everyone can give their own opinion. And that's an aspect of myself that I also have to change so that other witches, so that other people can stop bashing one another. So that's what my channel is going to be about. We're going to stop bashing one another. And it's going to start with me. I'm going to lead by an example, right? And what else was I going to say? Let me look at my notes. I don't want to leave anything out. Let's see. The other video. So yes, and then I'm going to also, on my page, I'm going to talk to you guys about the goddess Sophia, or the original Christian goddess Sophia. They do have a goddess. They just tend not to speak about her because they don't, this new book or this Bible that doesn't have an author specifically, that doesn't have, I don't know, it just doesn't have it. It's meant to control. When you see that something suppresses both the masculine and feminine, and more the feminine energy than anything else, there's something fishy about that, because we all came from a womb. And so people, if anything, we should be respecting more the feminine than the masculine. If anything, it should be the other way around. If we're going to keep things like this, it should be the other way around. Feminine should be up here and masculine should be up here. But I sincerely suggest and want to put the vibrations out there and the awareness out there that we should be like this, so that they intertwine with one another. So that it's never like this, it's never like this. Okay? And I think that's it for this video. I'm going to talk to you guys about plans for the New Year's and things for my channel. So thank you so much for watching my channel, and this was an introduction of the name of my channel, what the purpose of the channel is, and we'll talk a little bit more in my other videos. And I'm happy that you guys made it to the new year. Ooh, ooh, chugga chugga cha. Ooh, ooh, chugga chugga cha. Ooh, ooh, chugga chugga cha. Oh, 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 oh. And in the other video, I'll get more in depth about like what my playlist is, like things I'll be talking about and topics I'll be introducing and changes that I'll be making for my channel. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys at the next video. Bye.